Hello, and welcome to the most excellent musical Monster Jam. Okay, they're saying that's too stuffy. Hi, this is Eddie Rahx, and I'm your host for the musical Monster Jam. This week, we have an amazing, talented group of people called the Accomplices. This band is a local band here in Savannah, and boy, do they do a great job. Beautiful harmonies, beautiful instruments too. It's like guitar, a stand-up bass, violin, and there's a guy named Stan Ray that plays the drums, and that's who we're going to interview today. So they practice at a place called The Garage, and this is our first visit to The Garage. It won't be our last, but the Garage is an amazing place. It is kind of a multi-purpose studio space here in Savannah. It's located on Paulson and 69th Street, and if you want to record some music or explore your talent, you need to contact the guys at The Garage. They have a Facebook page here on Facebook. Just look up The Garage in Savannah, and you can find that easily enough. But these guys have like it's a rehearsal space. They do lessons over there. They have a recording studio, and it's not just musicians. There's also some video guys called the Brickyard in there. So they're home to the Brickyard, the Accomplices, and also Aphelion Studios. And the Aphelion is the guys that are turning out some beautiful recordings from The Garage, and you need to contact them if you're looking to record some music. So, without further ado, let's go over to The Garage and check out this awesome place and meet Stan Ray from The Accomplices.
Hello, my name is Will. This is my good friend Stan Ray of The Accomplices.
Hey, Will.
Good
to see you, my man.
Good to see you. It's been a while.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about The Accomplices and how it got started.
Well, we've been together about 5 years, and basically, the Accomplices had recorded their first CD, Canned Beans, at Elevated Basement Studio with Kevin Rose.
And why the name Canned Beans?
Well, it was one of the lyrics from a song.
Okay.
But after they had finished that CD, they needed somebody to play drums for their CD release party, and Zach and I had played a gig together, so they asked me to do the 2 CD release parties, and we've been going strong ever since.
Well, very good. And so, how'd you come up with the name The Accomplices?
Well, I think of us as partners in rhyme. You know,
Okay.
we're kind of like a band of gypsy outlaws out there, but we're slinging songs instead of guns.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, how many people are in the band?
4 members of the band:
4 members
upright
of the band.
bass, fiddle, acoustic guitar, drums, and a lot of heavy harmonies.
Lean on the wind, carry the sail into the blue. Young hearts always pretend, they always pretend. Red in the heart.
I gotcha. And so, you just recently did a gig in Alaska.
We did.
That was pretty cool.
That was our second year in Wrangell, Alaska, which is a southeast barrier island up there, and they have a festival called Bear Fest.
It sounds fun.
Oh, it's just wonderful, and it's just a small town similar to Tybee Island, about 2,000 residents, and only accessible by boat and by plane. But the whole city comes out, and you just feel like a part of the family there. And so we try to get to Alaska anytime we can.
Well, I can imagine. Imagine. So, you've got a new CD coming out?
We just released last fall our 3rd CD, which is called Mountain Buzz, and it's a 5-song EP. And we're getting started on some new material in the new year, just trying to finish out the stuff we've got on the books this year.
And where can people find your CDs at?
Well, we're on Pandora, so you can definitely hit The Accomplices on as a Pandora station. The usual outlets: iTunes, Napster, Spotify, CD Baby. And then you can also hit our website and hear samples of the tracks and buy our music directly there.
What's the name of your CDs?
The first track, or the first CD, is called Canned Beans. Our second release is A Truck, a Train, an Old Dump Pile, and then the third is the Mountain Buzz. And so we're just trying to spread our music around the world and make sure people get a chance to hear what we're throwing down.
Well, very good. Well, we're sitting here in this wonderful spot here.
Yeah.
They call the garage. How did this come to be for you?
Well, you know, we definitely wanted to be a part of the Savannah scene, and this place was built as a rehearsal space and recording studio for folks here in Savannah, and we just couldn't be more pleased. The accommodations are awesome. The studio sounds great. We were turned on to this place by Matt Collette, who was the session drummer on that first CD that I was talking about, Canned Beans.
Yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful spot.
So Matt and those guys actually met during the recording of that first CD, and then I came in after that, and we've been going strong ever since.
Yeah, this is just really, really nice.
It's righteous, man.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
We want people to know about it.
Okay, and for how do you come about with the songs you write? Like, is it a collective? One person comes up with the idea, or everybody comes up with the idea, or there's a piece here and then it gets added?
No, it's a great question. I mean, it's an amalgam of things. I will say that Matt Eckstein, our guitar player, does probably the bulk of the songwriting, but there was a great example of collaboration on one of the great songs off of the last Mountain Buzz EP called Lean on the Wind.
Love, lean on the wind, carry the sail into the blue. Young hearts always pretend, they always pretend to let in the heart.
And the story there goes that Matt was stuck in traffic trying to get off of Tybee, and he had this kind of a melody going through his head, and he wrote a chorus to a song, and he called up Colleen, our fiddle player, and said, "Hey, Colleen, I think I've got a song that you should sing." And so we came into practice the next day, and we were just trying to batten it out, and then we decided, let everybody go to your respective corners, and let's try to put together some verses, and then we'll come back together and see what we've got. And I got to say, Zach Smith, the bass player, he came back with the verses, and everybody else, after we heard it, crumpled up our pieces of paper and threw them in the corner. But, you know, there are songs that we collaborate on. There are songs that one person writes. There's a lot of production elements that the band brings out, even though a song has been written by an individual. So we definitely feel like we're a sum of the parts, kind of like a musical gumbo.
Okay, so you play drums and sing, right?
I do. Colleen plays the fiddle.
Right.
You got Zach Smith on bass, upright bass, and Matt Eckstein on lead guitar and vocals, but everybody sings.
Okay, well, let me ask you something else. Let me ask you, where did you do the recording at? Where did the recording take place?
We've done it. Predominantly, we've done these three projects at Elevated Basement with Shane Baldwin and Kevin Rose.
I know both of them very well. Great guys.
But I should include that our second CD, A Truck, a Train, an Old Dump Pile, the basic tracks were recorded at a beach house on Fripp Island that we rented.
Oh, cool.
And
cool.
We basically recorded all those basic tracks live, no click track, set up in the living room. We had the bedrooms as isolation booths, and we really liked the vibe and the just trueness of those basic tracks.
The feeling of the whole feeling of the thing, yeah.
But then we did go into Elevated Basement and do some minimal overdubs just to tighten it up.
Those guys are good to work with.
Oh man, they've been just angels to us.
Yeah, they know them well. All right, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, I guess I'd just say that in the 15 years that I've been in Savannah, I've been personally, actively trying to help kind of move along the scene here through music showcases at my wine shop and the Savannah Songwriters Series that I helped start with my friend Jeff Ross and his wife Tammy, that Thomas Oliver and Roy Swindell have taken over and have taken to the Tybee Post Theater and just taken it to new heights. But without question, I feel like we have a scene here that wasn't here when I first moved here.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. It's been there the whole time. It just needs a push.
Yeah. So I'm glad you guys are out there
That's
spreading
what
the
we're here
gospel.
for. We're here to give it a push.
Yeah, man. Spread the love, my friend.
Well, I want to thank you for being on this week's show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for clicking on the show and watching the Musical Monster Jam. That is about all we have for you this week. I want to thank the Accomplices for doing such a wonderful job sharing their music and sharing their story, and also Will Griffiths for his interview. We look forward to many more interviews from Will. Now, next week we have an amazing new artist named Clay Hodges. Now, Clay's new. He's been around for just a couple of years, and he does some amazing rap. And I'm telling you, this is a hip-hop sound you haven't heard, really. Clay is also at the Garage, so we'll be coming back to the Garage for his interview. And wait till you meet this guy. He is so incredibly friendly and so incredibly talented. It's just, he's the whole package, all right? So tune in next week for Clay Hodges. Until then, this is Rahx signing off. We'll see you soon.